Today is the 1st of October. Okay, it'll be a little bit later than that by the time you see this video. But as the summer is now kind of officially over, I thought I'd maybe make the odd trip down to the coast. And today I've come out here to the marina at Guardamar del Segura. Thought I might have a little look and see what kind of photography I might be able to do around the boats. But also near here, there's some sand dunes, there's a big breakwater that goes out, obviously the sea, there's the river mouth as well, so lots and lots of possibilities, maybe even some wildlife, I don't know. I've got no expectations, I'm just going to photograph whatever grabs me. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Looks like the recent rains have created a bit of a mess. There's all sorts of muck and rubbish in the water here, and that's obviously going to limit opportunities to do photography if this is the same all the way around. Well, it certainly seems that this end of the marina has got a lot of rubbish in it. The far end looks a lot better. But as I've already come to this end, I think what I'm going to do is take a walk around out onto the beach and the breakwater and see if there's any scenes out there that are more encouraging. So my eyes have been drawn to this long curving white painted barrier, balustrade, I'm not quite sure what you call it. It's not a completely clean scene, but I'm kind of thinking if I can find an angle to capture the curve, maybe as a high contrast black and white, just that curve going around. It's going to take a little bit of wandering around with the camera to see what angle looks best, so I'm going to do that. I like the shadow falling in there as well, it adds a completeness to it. Unfortunately there's a big ugly building in the background, but you can't do much about that. Okay, we've got some quite nice waves coming up on the beach here. It's not, you know, huge waves, but they're quite attractive, getting some nice curls as they come in on the last bit. And it's been a while since I've done any photography of waves, so I'm going to have a little play. I think what I'm going to do is start off with some fast exposures, really freezing the action in the waves. Try and get some nice close-up, maybe even almost abstract looking shots, and then after that we'll see about maybe using the built-in ND filters to slow it down and see if I can do some sort of more movement based. There's a boat out there with a sail up, thinking maybe wave in the foreground, a little bit of cloud behind. Just as well sand provides a soft landing. I'm going to play around with a couple of longer exposures So I'm going to put on my live ND feature in here, 6 stops, and that does mean I'm going to have to go to a pretty small aperture, but it should let me get about ½ a second exposure on the waves. And I'm going to use the curve of the beach going around and the waves coming across, and then the stone breakwater sticking out with people on the top. Of course they'll be blurry probably. So I'll be planning to crop this down to a 16:9 to take out a lot of the blue sky. So that's going to be quite boring. And then what I might do is see if I can get some shots of the waves coming up onto the beach here, again with a longer exposure. Boat with the sail up I was photographing earlier is now coming in around this breakwater, so might be a shot to be had here. Try to get it kind of with the breakwater nicely positioned as well. Taking the sails down now, so not quite as good. Waves breaking on the rocks down here, so I'm thinking of putting the live ND back on again, trying to get some exposures with the waves creating like a kind of a misty effect around the rocks. Waiting for a biggish one to come in like that. And move up and get a different angle on some of the rocks down here. I don't want to photograph too close in because there's a lot of muck and nastiness in the water again. So the downside to the live ND is you can't control it quite as much as you would do with ordinary ND filters. So I've had to go to 6-stop live ND to get ½ a second, but the only way I can get it is to go for F18, which is way too small. If I go to 7 stops, I can't get it to ½ a second, I can only get to a second. So while the live ND is good, there are times when I think I wish I'd got an ND filter with me as well, or maybe just a polarizer would do, but I haven't brought one. decided to come back down this walkway that leads through kind of a wooded area rather than going back through the marina, because I think I've decided the marina isn't worth shooting today with all that muck in the water. But I'm not sure if there's going to be anything here. I was thinking maybe some of the trees, but I don't think it's going to be anything great. But we'll carry on walking through. Leads me back to near where I've parked the car anyway. So we've had quite a lot of rain here over the last few days, but most of the puddles have already dried up. But there's one here, and I can't help but wonder if there's any reflections in here that would be worth photographing. I mean, there's a building in the background, there's trees over there, so I think I'm going to have a look. It's in the shade here and I'm struggling to see with my sunglasses on. The only place we're getting reflections nicely in the puddle is from this end, and that means the building, but I think I've got quite a nice shot of the building with its reflections. Just walk a bit further up and see if there's anything up there. Not sure about this one, but the way the tree's reflecting in here does look okay. So we'll give it a go. I've got to get very low down for it to work. Well, I think every shot, or almost every shot I've done today, has been about or has included water. My car is parked just at the end of this path over here, so I think the photography is just about over. It's been an enjoyable afternoon, first time down to the coast for photography for quite a while, and it won't be the last, because now that we're coming into the winter months, it's much easier to come to coastal locations and do photography because there'll be less people about. I hope you've enjoyed this trip. If you have, well, please give the video a like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this video, oh, flies. If you've enjoyed this video and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until next week, bye. And we can have one last laugh at that scene on the beach. Mm-hmm.